Hello everybody, Zenokami here. Today I'm going to show you, or bring you another Python tutorial. This tutorial is the follow-up to the loops tutorial. So I'm going to show you firsthand of what I personally like to use loops for. Or at least the general, my most common use for them. So this one is going to be with the while loops, and I apologize if you hear me smacking a little bit. I'm also having a snack. This is going to be for the while loop. So let me create a new program. While loop example. All that I'm in. Pi, whatever. Alright, so what I usually use while loops for, I think I stated it before, and I've shown it I use it a lot in previous tutorials like the decimal to binary and binary to decimal. By the way, I'm also going to create a temperature converter for Celsius and Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit to Celsius. So stay tuned for that. So anyway, I use while loops mainly for my user input interactive console programs in Python. I use it for Java too. As a matter of fact, I use it for almost any programming language I use it in. So for instance, let's say you have a program where the user can actually input like a choice. So let's make a program where the user is asked a series of questions. So first of all, I'm going to do switch equals 0. And this actually was pointed out to me before from other friends. You can actually do something different. So if you want, you can actually set it to true. And this way you'll only have literally 2 options of values. So I'll leave switch equals true. And I'm going to stop eating because that's just making it hard talking to at the same time. So while switch is equal to true, this is the our general consensus of the looping program. All right. This is also how I get past a user proofing errors without the try and catch method. Oh well. So while this is true, we're going to ask the user. Let's see. User input equals. I want to only have a number. Because I'm not going to do the user proofing because in this case I will have to use try and catch. But anyway, user input. Input. How old are you? Okay. If user input is equivalent to is greater than or equal to okay. I'm doing this on top of my head, so I'll do this. Int. If user input, which is an int, is greater than or equal to 18, then forgot my colons. Or print. You're an adult, sort of. Elif, yeah. Elif int user input is less than 18, print stay in school. Which, by the way, if you're over 18, you're going to college, or you should be going to college regardless. I know college is kind of like, I don't want to use any colorful language. College is underhanded because they kind of steal your life away in terms of debt and money. But any education after high school is highly recommended. So stay in school, regardless. But anyway, stay in school. Else. That's not right. Okay. Oh, that's why. Whoops. I was forgetting something. Else. Yeah. I want to have a setup for things such as if someone puts a number in less than 0. Elephant user. And this is also one thing. Well, I don't want to get into it in this particular video because this is all about the while loop. So let me. I'll state it anyway. When you're doing like if statements, you should always have your statements done in a particular order. I didn't do it well in this one because I wasn't thinking about it, because I wasn't thinking this program through. But for instance, like you should always start with the least amount of number and then work your way up, so that way it can follow in order. If you have like the highest and then you have like the lowest and then your third one is the middle is. So I'll have to explain it in a different video. Elif user input is less than 0. Yeah. Less than 0. Print. You are not yet born. Scary. Why is a fetus or something using a program or a computer and that'd be so awesome if you can give like nanobots to create a computer for a fetus in the womb. Let me stop before that gets into a really weird conversation. So yeah, that's basically it. And then when all is said and done, I want the user input to equal input, and we don't really need an else, I don't think. I'll do one anyway. Else print let. Alright, so anyway, user input equals input, are you finished? If user input equals let me. Why lower. If user input equals yes, then we'll actually end the for loop, so the program will end, so to speak. So switch will equal false. Elif user input equals no. You don't really need to add this, but I just do it because it's what I like to do. You can argue that it makes a split quarter of a second difference in compile time, but else, and this is kind of a user proofing. Print invalid answer. Invalid answer. Okay, excuse me. This is a great time to show you what I meant by user proofing. So, I want this to have another while loop inside of it. Alright? So, basically, I'll do user switch equals true, and then I do while user switch equals true, and then I'll basically tab all that. Make sure. So basically, if they do an invalid answer for this one, it's going to say invalid answer, and it's going to keep user switch. Well, yeah, let's go. User switch is going to keep it be true, and keep the switch as well. Oh, and keep this true, because we need to keep all these loops active. If they are finished, it's going to turn off the user switch so they don't get asked this question again. User switch equals false. And when they input no, it's going to turn off the user switch but keep the main switch on. User switch equals false. Oh, false. So let's test this out. Oh, when it's said and done, I want you to print finished program / new line new line. Thank you for using this program / new line. Love, Zen. Alright, so this is what I basically use the while loops for. So when I run it, it's going to say, how old are you? I am 21. That's my real age, by the way. You're an adult, sort of. Yeah, because I am technically an adult. Yada, yada, yada. Am I finished? No. How old are you? I'm negative 100. Damn school. See, yeah. That's what I was telling you about. So if I want the you are not yet born, I need to put that in front of the less than 18, because it reads less than 18 first, and because I'm in negative 100, yeah, so it's automatically, so it chooses this one instead of the user input less than 0. So am I finished? Yes. And boom, program finished. And just to show you what happens when you actually listen to reason and program correctly. In all honesty, I should have put the 18 one last, but whatever. And I run it. How old are you? If I'm 10, or let's see, 16, stay in school. Am I finished? No. If I'm negative 100, it says you are not yet born. Scary. And I missed the exclamation mark. Wow. I'm finished. Yes. Program is done. So that's basically what I use most of my while loops for. It is a great way to branch off conditions of user interfaces. Usually there are easier ways. I know, like in Java, you can use case scenarios, whereas in case 1 and case 2, you can branch off better, and that way you don't have to have like a huge list of nested if statement or nested while loops. But in terms of hardware, there are things called interrupts, which are super freaking awesome, because you can actually pause the compiler at one point, jump to a specified list of choices, and then when you're done running those choices, it jumps back to where you left off in the main compiler, and it continues. It is so awesome. Hardware programming is awesome, yet it's a headache, and I will pull my hair out and become bald. But anyway, that's basically it for this program. The next one's coming up is my example for loops. That'll be a little later next week, if I can upload these like I want to. I gotta edit all these videos. But yeah, hopefully these help someone out there. If they do, please leave a like in the video. Subscribe if you want to see more content. If you have a request or a question, leave them in the comments below. And a little different today, if you have friends who are also new to Python or programming, who wants to take that first step into programming, share my videos with them. Help us grow a little bit. You can visit our website, www.essenceofzen.org. We will be continuing to edit, update, and use some maintenance on the website. I do have one project I'm working on where I'm creating a Python program that actually interacts with the website's data. You can't change the websites through the program, but the program can actually pull stuff from the website directly. And yeah, so it's just to see what I can do. I do the same thing with Java as well, but you're here for Python. So guys, until the next one, I'm gonna catch you later. Make sure you please stay sane in your pursuit of programming and learning. So until then, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.